What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, Nippies. So as you can see, we're at a different station today. We're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna be working on, those of you with good eyes will spot the Arteza products. Yes, we are gonna be doing some sketchbook pages, and it's gonna be different because I sat down and I drew the first thing that popped into my head. And I feel like sometimes we can fall into mindsets where we're kind of overthinking things. Sometimes you just end up not drawing shit, and then you just worry too much and you don't do anything. So I was like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna open these pages. I'm gonna do 3. So I sat down, I did 3 pages. I tried to keep it character centric each page in order to not think more, but just keep it a little bit themed. So I tried to pick, not only keep it from my original characters from my comic, OFFcell, which if you haven't checked out, shameless plug, go check it out on Patreon, support. There's a lot of behind the scenes art content. I really appreciate it. It's what helps me keep going and drawing. And if you want to read it, it's free to read, offffcellcomic.com. Remember, it is 18 plus. Please police yourself. That's the only place where it is uncensored, and then you can read it on Tapastic and Webtoons as well. So the characters are from that comic, and each page is 1 character, and then the last page I did 2 characters. So this is what they look like. I took about 3 hours, so I tried to time it to 1 hour a page, and it was probably the most liberating I've felt in a while, so I'm gonna try and make this a habit. It was definitely something that I needed, a lot of creative boosts, and you guys will see me talk about it a bit more later on once we start the video. So I hope you guys enjoy this wacky video, and let's get right into it. Alright guys, here we go. Starting off, opening up my sketchbook. This is probably one of my favorite ones so far. For the pages, I decided to do my characters for my comic OFFcell and themed pages. So I have the green lead, his hair is green. I really like the colored lead to kind of seep through a little bit to the final piece, just because I absolutely love color, adding little bits and pieces wherever I can. When I do these kinds of sketches, even in my illustrations, I try to let the colored lead shine through as much as I can. Here I start with a very basic portrait to start. Kind of want to keep it pretty simple, and I did a very basic 3/4 angle. Then I really start kind of getting into the groove. I did the first thing, and then successively after that, the next thing that popped into my head. So it was really interesting. I quite enjoyed how they came out. I really enjoyed the creative release that I got from doing whatever came to my head, letting my first gut instincts kind of speak for themselves. Some of these sketches I definitely didn't really like the direction that I went with. I do like the freedom that I gave myself in terms of not overthinking and just kind of executing. And these 3 pages I did with absolutely nothing in mind other than the love of the love for my characters, the love of art, and I kind of just finished them, and I took a step back and saw the 3 pages, and it was really fun. It was very cathartic. Here I remember thinking like, oh, maybe I can line art, because I didn't want to use the brush pen, but like I said, wasn't gonna say no to my next thought, so I did it anyway, and I kept going. I was like, I'm gonna try and make this work. This sketch, I absolutely loved the pre-sketch, and this is the one that I was really excited to color. And guys, the first thing that popped into my head was dark purple shadows. I broke my rule for like a millisecond. I was like, no. And if I had not listened to that thought, it would have been just disingenuous in me. So I said, fuck it. And I pushed the doubt to the back of my head and I said, we're doing it. Purple shadow. And I just went with it. This is one of my favorite sketches out of the 3 pages. Overall, I really like this page, and gonna start on the next one, which is Saskia. Like I said earlier, I do want to keep the colored pencils on theme with each of the characters, and Saskia, I try to keep my sketch materials light and then my pencils very, very thin. Immediately start off with kind of like an over-the-top expression, kind of 3/4 view. I actually started shading in. I didn't do it for the last page, but I started shading in with the color pencil. I rarely shade in my undersketch. If I do shade, it's more like just for me to have a visual like reminder of where my values will be, but this is like a little bit more than I usually do. My first thought was to like experiment with some of the stuff that I did in the first page. I almost left them like that, and then I was like, I have to do the first thing that comes to mind. Like, I cannot leave them like this. As much as I want to, I'm going to just keep going and execute those thoughts that I had. So for this one, I actually attempted to kind of go in with pencil and try my hand at some really cool extreme valleys, but with my pencil to create some gradients as well. I remember being scared also to add that gray background. I was gonna go with the pencil because I knew I was gonna be scared to do this, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. And then here you'll see me experiment with that same method that I did with the purple shadow. And then I thought of this colored shadow because it kind of is, it's in the pink red family, and I thought it would look nice on the page, so I was like, let's do it. And I actually really like how it turned out. I do really like the initial sketch a lot. This finished one was, in my opinion, really nice. And it's not perfect, but it's something that I do want to explore a little bit more. Here I kind of wanted to do like visual effects, kind of. And I don't think I executed that properly because I tried to cover too much space. And so moving on to the third page. So for the third page, I'm doing my two characters, Yotaro and Rusko. So initially, I was gonna do just Rusko, but Rusko and Yotaro in the story are siblings. And I really just love their interactions, and I don't draw them as often as I would like. And so I thought it would be really fun and interesting to include both of them in these pages. So I start off again, trying to loosen up. Here I just draw a 3/4 Rusko portrait, which it's him when he was younger. So I try to loosen up a little bit more, zoom out, draw some interactions between Yotaro and Rusko, and really start liking the idea, find it really fun. So I think this page is not, like, after I looked at the product, I was like, it's not as, like, quote unquote good. I did learn a lot, even from, like, not necessarily succeeding at this page. I do start adding the color here, and I remember swatching a color and saying, oh, I should try using it as a shadow. I really did not like how this one came out, and for this one I feel like I couldn't push the thought to the back of my head. So I think I moved on to this sketch because I was so unhappy with the Rusko one that I wanted to move on to something that I liked. And so I just went in, and I just love how the sketch turned out. So I started off with the thinner marker because I didn't want the Tombow, like this marker accident to happen again. Because I've messed up the proportions on his face here, like you'll see that he's just so much bigger and his head is just, oh god, the proportions are so bad. So I decided to go in with the Tombow because it's slightly thicker, and I thought that I could maybe hide my mistakes. So like at this stage, I'm already overthinking, and I'm kind of already breaking the rules a bit on the whole point of this exercise. And I think honestly, just the experience that I got from the process as a whole was worth it. that's really all that matters for me. And I can now look at these pages and not really be embarrassed. I enjoyed the process, but I think it's important to be able to channel this mindset. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of video. You guys already know I'm a sucker for traditional videos, so let me know what you guys thought down in the comments down below. This week's comment is from Tara Mel, who commented on the postcards, the store postcards. Thank you so much. I saw that you liked the Pim and Jet postcards. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for all the lovely comments in my videos. I know you guys think that I probably don't read them, that I probably don't listen to them, but trust me, I do read them pretty often, and you guys just leave such sweet messages. So thank you all so much. Subscribe, hit that like button, join the family, because you want to become a nipple, obviously. So how about you just click the video, you know? Just click it, because it's right there. You're gonna come back, right? You're gonna watch more videos, so you might as well.